Hey lovelies, thank you for joining me for another Draw With Me video. This time I'm going to be drawing a king cat, just a little cat who just rules the world. I thought it would be fun to draw a cute little cat wearing a cape. I also wanted to draw an orange boy. That's the coloring of my cat that I have at home. So it's fun to just draw a cat strutting his stuff. So I actually got the body of this drawing done really quickly, and I'm trying to work out how I'm going to get this cape to be added in. I want it to be draped down, but it's hard to kind of rationalize if it's going to be on the other side, how is it going to drape, all that fun stuff. But at least I have the base sketch done. And I'm resizing it just to fill the page, because again, this is a sketch, so these lines don't have to be perfect. And trying to make sure I have everything dialed in before I then try to draw a cape on this little boy. So now that I have a basic frame in, I'm just dropping the opacity like I usually do to then sketch over one more time to make sure I have the lines going a little bit better. So I always do an initial sketch, good or bad, I don't really care. I just try to get something down, and then I will go over it again to fix any issues. And you can see I'm not following the lines exactly. I'm kind of adapting as I want to, and I know that I want the tail to be slightly different, so I will draw it slightly different. So this is how I have started to operate when it comes to drawing. I just get that initial sketch down, and then I can do some course correction in another layered line instead of constantly correcting the sketches, trying to make a sketch work. I love that back paw and how it turns like that, so cool. So yeah, I'm just going over that sketch that I just did and trying to make sure to get the lines working the way I want them to, get the perfect little smile so I can make sure to have it look the way I want, and then boom, that background sketch layer is deleted, and I can go ahead and start making more decisions. So I'm trying to see if I want to have it, the ears connected or disconnected, and how it would look doing it this way. I also like to remove lines by selecting them and then pushing them off the canvas. It's a really quick way instead of erasing. Sometimes when I use an eraser, it's a textured eraser because I want it to match the brush. So if it is the edge of a stroke, it will look the same texturization. But if I do that, then if I want to erase something completely, then it leaves a lot of residue because it's a textured layer brush. So one of the ways I fix that is by just selecting what I want gone and then pushing it off the canvas, and that seems to be working for me so far. So now I'm trying to decide how I want this little cape to cape. And this is me drawing the back of the cape just to see if I can get it to look right on the other side of the cat, just to make sure it looks cute. And if I like that, sometimes I will erase like the lines below just so I can 100% see what I'm doing, because sometimes those lines can distract me from the larger piece. And then I'm going into the crown to draw that up. I wanted to have it be kind of in the front, in front of one ear and behind the other ear. So drawing up the crown, and then I get to work on more of the lines. So let's just go ahead and listen to this music and watch me draw these lines. As you can see, I'm definitely quite a bit of a ways through the line work. I really do like to select colors of, I want a color and then I go a little bit darker and then I know that's the color that's going to be the line work, and it's really important for me to do that. So that's how I choose the colors for my lines. Here I'm trying to not get too complex with the lines for the crown because I don't want them to be too detailed. The point of these drawings is having to be super simplistic, and if I overdo it, then it kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm just trying to keep my lines simple and yet give a lot of information. So we're just going to go right back to drawing, and I will touch base with you guys when the video is almost over. close to the end of this drawing, and I just wanted to talk really fast about this color selection. So this red color I'm selecting, and then I'm going in and I'm picking a higher color. So sometimes I will have a color and then choose it to go darker, but other times I want to just have that dark line. I know that's what I want it to look like, and then I'll find the inner color the same way as I find the outer lines. So sometimes it's not always simple. So this is a rare thing for me to do right now, which is doing a stroke. I don't usually draw outlines on my drawings, but it looks really cute on this one, and sometimes just because you don't do it doesn't mean it's not the good time to do it. So I guess so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just putting a stroke on this artwork. I like it being darker. Usually they're always white from what I can tell, or at least most of the time they're white. The hard part with this is I don't usually do this. A lot of people tend to select the outside of their drawing and then have it kind of fill. But again, I have a textured brush, and if I was to have it fill any of this, it would feel solid and not fill with that texture. And of course, I definitely want that texture popping through, so I do this by hand. I try to keep the distance, the thickness as much as I can, but it's okay if I fail. It's not about having it be perfect, it's just about it being there. And it was really fun to do a stroke on this drawing. I'm really happy I did, just because I just rarely do it, so it's fun to do something that you don't usually do. And yeah, I just draw around it, and then I can see at the end if I like or dislike it. And then I can, if I wanted to, since this isn't a true black color, I could change the color of it. So if I wanted it to be red, or if I wanted it to be a cream color, or whatever makes me happy inside, I could easily alter this color. And that's why I never work with straight white or straight black or straight grays, just so I can have the opportunity to manipulate the colors and the settings really, really easy. So yeah, that's the artwork with a border, and I think this is the end of the drawing. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again hopefully soon.